Hi there. We looked today in class at one-sided limits, and we looked at them graphically. So this is problem 3 of the Problem Set worksheet that's uploaded on my website. Number 4 is your homework. The first part of this problem 3 asks us to look at the limit as x approaches -3 from the left of f of x, and this is our f of x up here. Okay, so this little negative, for those who are not in class today, this little negative attached to the upper right hand corner of the -3 means from the left. Does not mean that we are moving left when we are looking on our graph, right? If we're tracing our graph, our pencil is not going to be headed left. This means we are approaching -3. We are headed to -3. This is where we're going to end, but we are going to fly into -3 from the left. So if we go to where x equals -3, which is right here, we're going to come into this point from the left, and left of -3 is at -4 here. So I'm going to go ahead and start at where x equals -4, which is this point, right, from the left. And I'm going to fly into -3 here, from the left. And a limit, remember, is a y value, so as I fly into -3 from the left, I'm going to be looking at what y value does it look like I'm going to be ending at. Well, the y value it looks like I'm going to be ending at is at -2. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for -3 from the right. Okay, so I'm going to start at the right of -3. Well, right of -3 is -2. Okay. This little positive here in the upper right hand corner of the -3 is what tells me I'm coming from the right. A little negative from the left, a little positive from the right. So starting at -2, which is right of -3, I'm going to fly into -3 from the right. And the y value it looks like I'm going to hit here is, again, -2. And so then my overall limit for your limit as x approaches -3 of f of x, you have to check both sides. You have to make sure that they agree. Well, from the left is -2 and from the right is -2. They do agree. And so my limit is going to be -2. Okay. For x approaches 0 from the left, well, this is where x equals 0. And so we're going to approach 0 from the left, meaning let's start at -1 and come into 0 from the left. Like this, from the left, and the y that it looks like I'm going to hit right here at x equals 0 is 1. Okay. From the right of 0, right, so the little positive on the upper right hand corner means from the right. So we're going to start on the right of 0 and end at 0. We're approaching 0, we're flying into 0. So I'm going to start at 1 and I'm going to fly into 0, and the y that it looks like I'm going to hit here is 1. So my overall limit, we have to check both sides. From the left is 1, from the right is 1, so my limit is 1. Okay. My encouragement would be for you, if you are following along with these notes because you were absent, if you think you're getting it, go ahead and pause the video, try the next one, and then start it again so you can check your answer, and then continue that process. Pause, try on your own, restart the video, check your answer. Okay. Okay, so 2 from the left. So here's where 2 is. Left of 2 is at 1. So I'm going to go ahead and start here, and I'm going to fly into 2. We're coming into 2. Fly into 2 from the left. What y does it look like it's going to get to? Well, it looks like the y is going to be -1. That's my limit. 2 from the right. Right of 2 is 3. And 3 is located down here on this piece of the function. I'm going to fly into 2, right, into 2 from the right. Okay, so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to fly into 2 from the right. What y does it look like I'm going to be hitting? Well, that y is at -4. Okay, overall limit, they have to match. They don't. They do not agree. And so this is does not exist because does not agree. Okay, 6 from the left. Here's 6. Left of 6 is 5. So let's start at 5. And I'm going to fly into 6 from the left. Starting at 5, I'm going to fly into 6. And my function is decreasing here without bound, right? That arrow says we're going down for forever. So I'm decreasing without bound, which is -infinity or does not exist, unbounded. Yeah. 6 from the right, right of 6 is 7. 7 is located here. So we're going to fly into 6 from the right. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to fly into 6 from the right. We're coming down here. And that is decreasing without bounds, so it is also negative infinity or does not exist, unbounded. My overall limit, they do agree they are both negative infinity or does not exist, unbounded. Okay, last one's here. X is going to negative infinity, and so we're going to look at our function. We're going to say, well, what part of this function is showing x going to infinity? Right, here's -9, so negative infinity is further out there to the left. And the part of the function that's headed out to that x negative infinity is this piece right here that ends in the arrow. And because we don't show a because we don't show a horizontal asymptote, okay, our y value, as our function heads towards x's negative infinity, our y value is continuing to decrease. It's continuing to go down, and so we are headed to negative infinity. Remember, a limit is a y value. And then for my x going to positive infinity, right, so here's my x-axis, there's 9, so positive infinity is further out that way, further right. And what part of the function is going that? Well, going that way, that part of the function is this piece with the arrow on the end. And this piece, as we head towards x infinity, this piece is decreasing, it's going down, and so y is headed to negative infinity as well.